Welcome to the NC Spin After Spin. Additional comments from our panelists just available on our website. I know every time you are in a group or an appearance or whatever like that, you think about something you should have said but you didn't. Here's your chance. Joe Mavretti, what do you wish you'd say but you didn't?
Well, when we were talking about the speaker's race and what was going to go on, one of the things that I always look for with new speakers is their committee chairmanships and how they use the experience of the House. You know, you may not like a member on a one-to-one basis, but if that member has been there for a long time and has done an extraordinarily good job, you want to keep that person doing a good job for the people of North Carolina. If you remember back in the short session, there was a bill called 1224 that failed. And one of the reasons that it failed were some of the long-term Republican members voted against it. And I'm going to watch very carefully who gets put on the House Finance Committee, because the House Finance Committee in the last assembly was really the only place where a lot of bad initiatives from the Senate got checked or modified. And I'm going to be interested to see how that works out.
What do you wish you'd said you didn't?
Well, we talked about the change in the McCrory administration, Secretary Scavarla going from Diener to replace Secretary Decker, who's leaving the Commerce Department. You also asked what some of the big issues are coming up this session. I actually think an interesting issue will be the expiration of the historic tax credit that expires at the end of this year. The McCrory administration wanted that continued. That was one of the things they had hoped to bring up in a special session. A lot of the business community, local governments, developers, environmentalists, all those people were as upset about that, I think, as almost anything. And there was a broad brush of support. Clearly, the tax reformers believe shouldn't have tax credits and messes up the tax code. But this is one that the McCrory administration believes that creates jobs, it creates investment, saves small towns and downtowns. And I think this will be something that will come up again in 2015.
John, what do you wish you'd said?
As we were talking about the new speaker, the new majority leader, the governor's changes in his administration, we didn't talk about an issue that I think also will play a role in 2015, and that's transportation. The governor has talked about potentially a statewide bond referendum. I don't know how much support that has in the legislature, but I think they'll be discussing it. And the governor and Secretary of Transportation, Tony Tata, have just released the list of projects that will be fully or partially funded under the new Strategic Mobility Fund. Some communities will look at that and say, hooray, we finally got our project. Many others will look at that and say, where's my project? Which has always been the problem, and we'll have to see if legislators stick to the idea of evaluating projects on the basis of throughput, of people and freight per dollar. That has always been a challenge, and they say they're going to stick to it.
Well, thanks for watching the After Spin. More video all during the week on our website, ncspin.com.